everybody's talking about the bear market already, but what if they are wrong? The weekly chart, guys, I did found something you need to see, because most of the people are completely ignoring that, and this may be the last chance you have to position yourself before the big next leg up from Bitcoin. And so if you want to know exactly what is going on in the weekly, what I have found, just stick around, and like this we can profit it together from this market. Before that, we're going to jump into the 4 hours and see what actually happened in a small time frame. And we see already what was happening yesterday. We went all the way to the 113. Everybody believing that now we're gonna completely be above the 55 MI, but was just another fake out, and we dropped all the way to 106 now. And this was because we already saw how we have this bearish diversion here. We was already in formation, and now, well, this should be. We still have more time, and potentially we still can go down, guys. So it's something you need to know for the small time frame. So if we go to the 1 day chart, we see already half the time has been passing already, but we still are in a positive territory. What do I mean with that? I mean that we are above the horizontal line, so the Fortuna line have still could turn into strain in any moment, so we need to be cautious because of that. But we see already the reset we have over here, so we could continue going down. Yes, it is possible. The probability is there, so you need to keep that in mind, that we could go all the way to 100k. If that would be the case, that would be the best best entry everybody can have, and I will explain you why. So remember, first, before explaining you why, remember I was telling you about wait first what the price is doing here, because if you have been following my videos, and that's why you should subscribe to the video and smash the like as well, I would really appreciate. But also, if you have been following in the videos, I was calling you all the time around the 127, 125 and 120. I was telling you to take some profits out of the table, because the market was already heating up, and we already saw in the weekly chart how we start to lose momentum. So that's why I was calling all the time to take profit there. So I did say to you, I went out of the weekly, I went out of the daily, because after this big, before this big shakeout and after this big shakeout was a big confirmation to be even more cautious in the market, because we could see something even higher. But now I did found something in the weekly, now that the time has been passing, that it gives us a big possibility of a continuation of the market, and know what everybody is saying. And why did I took profit around this area? Not only because the indicators already, but I was telling you already since July 2024 for my old account, which I reposted in this new account of ozblockspace. I did say to you, 4 wave almost finished. Are you prepared to wait to what is coming in the next month? Risk management and patience is key. I was pointing at the last leg around the 120. Of course, after that, the price went even higher. I cannot really say 1000% the price is going to reach my target, but we nailed it with 120k, guys, and we went over there, and 11 views at the time in the old account. So for now it's like 933 views. So potentially at least 50% of them, they follow this target, and you are now in profit. So congratulations for you for taking the decision of taking some profits out of the table. So now I want to jump and back into the chart. And now that we already, why did I sell here? I saw here because I wanted to see what the market was going to do. And that's why it's so important always to check the volume, the time, what is happening. And it's in all time frames. If you want to know more about and learn about time frames, I do have a video where I explained exactly what the time frames are, in order to have more sense of what the market is doing it and how to time the market. So I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna put the link in the description below. So I was telling you because it was needed and important to know what the time will tell and do. And now we see how we're going already in a negative direction with the Fortuna line, but still, as I say to you, to be a little bit careful, because we still above the horizontal line. The best way would be that we go completely down over there. So the price still can drop, but since we drop already from 127 to here, I would say that we still have like around 3,000 more to go, a little bit more, 3 to 5,000. So let's say we drop from here, we are 108 more or less, no? So if we fell like 3,000, that would be around the 105. If we go 5, would be 102 more or less. So in that area, but we can still touch the 100K. And even 90, and this is why, because in the weekly, we see right now we are about 98. So keep that in mind. And this, now I'm gonna start with the weekly and explain you why I do think that this may be the last chance. So personally, in the 106, I start to buy already, and the daily and weekly, but with my own risk, guys. So this is something you need to pay attention right now and be aware that the risk is higher, not like 50%, but still is like 30% higher, because we still could go down. What we don't want to see is to close below this area, below the 55 MI in a weekly. So weekly, we don't want to close there. But why is still the risk? Because anything can happen, and there's so many stuff outside the market that can happen, that can drop the price. But this is something you need to have clear, because if you're buying on spot, for me personally, if I buy on spot, I don't really care if the price go down. Of course, it's going to be a bummer, but if the price go down against my strategy or against what I already confirm, I just need to wait. It doesn't matter for me if I wait 3 months, 6 months, a year. I don't gonna lose money, because I don't gonna be selling. So this is something that you need to ask yourself as well. If you buy right now and then the Bitcoin price go all the way to 80 or 60, what are you gonna do? Are you okay with that? Or are you gonna sell? If you sell, you already lost money. But if you wait, in the next years, the Bitcoin price is gonna continue going up. But let me show you why I do expect the Bitcoin price to continue going up. But you need to keep in mind as well, guys, like I'm expecting this to happen in the next weeks. What that means, like around the end of November or the beginning of December. That is when I'm expecting the Bitcoin price to continue rally really hard. We did here, over here, and over here. We came all the way always to retest the 55 MI. And every time we went to that direction, everybody said that the bull market was over. So why this time it will be the exception? And even more when we have people like Filacone, I don't really know him, but we shouted to him for sparing always the word of the Bitcoin. But he was already saying that officially this was after the big crash of liquidation we have in the past days. It was already a confirmation of the bear market start, which I understand, because it was pretty scary that liquidation day, but we don't have any confirmation in order to call already the bear market or the beginning of the bear market. And I will tell you what will be the confirmation. But yeah, and it's not only him, guys. Like then start to come all the way in my feeds, start just to come one after other, that the bear market is here, that we're already going to 80,000, we're going to go to 70,000. And remember what happened exactly when we were in this area. I was telling you, when we were in reach the 108 last time and 100K last time, everybody was saying that we were going to 75 to 90, and we never did that. Instead, we just went up. And now the sentiment as well is like in fear, guys, like in extreme fear. We have not been there already for long time. We have been always greed or neutral, and then again greed, and then neutral, green and neutral. And this time we finally went to extreme fear. We were in 22, now we're 25, but still the extreme fear is there. So this is the best moment to buy, even if you buy here or down here. But you need to keep in mind that if you keep waiting to this area potentially can also not come. So it's up to you. Either you buy right now or you buy down here. I'm starting already in the 106, as I was telling to you. And if the price go around the 190 or even below, I'm gonna continue buying more, because what I'm seeing in the weekly chart, and this is what I wanted to say to you at the beginning of the video, is like we see how the Fortuna lines go completely without strain, and this is really good for the weekly chart. I'm gonna show you in another moments when we were like this. When we went dropping in this area, you see as well the Fortuna line was in a negative over here, in a negative momentum without strain, and even not even below the horizontal line. When we go below the horizontal line, it's even less strength, and we have the same scenario right here, and we have the same scenario right here. You can see we were into no strength, in a negative mood. And let me show you as well, because this is something that happened long time ago. You maybe don't even remember, or you wasn't even here. Hopefully you was here, so you have a little bit more idea of the market. And this is something that we passed before. And this was when we were around the 25,000. We have this consolidation over here. Let me show you. Right here, a perfect consolidation. And after that consolidation, you can also see we have already going down. And what we have is a really tiny let me see, last like a month as well, a really small valley, and you can see the Fortuna line in a negative below the horizontal line. The time passed, and when we have the confirmation, what we did, we went all the way up to 75. So this is something I'm expecting right now to happen, because also the last time we came and we tested 55 MI, we did in this from July 8, August, he was 1 month, was around 2 months we did over here. And in the next one, we just did 1 month from March to April. And then we start to go up. And this is what I'm expecting right now. Like we're going to start. We still haven't formed yet, this is the good part, because we stop over here, and I do think that this is going to be a pretty good support. And when the price is not going down, and you see how the time is passing, it is really good, because also the 55 MI start to be higher and higher. So we may just be bouncing over here, and after that, I do expect the Bitcoin price going to the opposite. If we're going to break this area and go to 140, I have been saying before, I cannot really say to you, but what I'm expecting is to buy around this area below as well if we go to that area, and I'm going to be selling in the 120, 125, and even above if we break. So this is something for you to keep in mind, that is the scenario I'm seeing right now. I don't being scared of the market, because I already showing you something that passed in the something already passed in the past, and I just think we're repeating the same. Let me show you here. So always what you need to do is always manage your risk, because if you win money, don't come and thank me. If you lose money, don't come and say anything to me. It's your own decisions. But what I'm seeing in the market is this, guys. Like we're doing exactly the same. I say to you long time ago in my videos, you can go and check, and I did say to you around this area that we will enter into a consolidation, and we respecting that really nicely. You see how nicely we have been consolidating here. You can go in my past videos, and I talked already months ago, I talked to you that we were entering into a consolidation in the weekly chart, and that's why we have been doing. And now you know, in a consolidation, the best area to buy is at the bottom, and the best area to sell is at the top. So hopefully this is clear already. Why do I think the Bitcoin price is not going to 75 or 80, even though the possibility is there? But what I do see now as a highest possibility is that the Bitcoin price is going to continue to go to the upward side, and even more when everybody is calling to the bear market already, when we still don't have any confirmation. And this is why you need to also have really clear. In the weekly, we are not we haven't changed any trend. And the daily, yes, we have been a little bearish because we have been having the rejection from the 55 MI, but that is just a small time frame of the bigger one, which is the weekly chart. And in order the weekly to change the trend, if we go in the weekly in a bearish trend, then I do expect to have like 30,000, 40,000 drops candles, guys. But it's not what we're seeing. When we enter into a bearish trend, because in the monthly we never have a bear market, and I don't think that we're gonna have it, to be honest. But in the weekly, every time we enter into a bearish momentum, into a bearish trend, like in the past, then we will drop really drastically. But before, in order to know how and if we're entering already, we need to have a candle below, go to the upper side, get testing the 55 MI, and if we close below, that's the confirmation we're going to continue going down. That has been happening before. Let me show you really quick for you to already no, look at this. We were here retesting, and what we did? We went to the upper side. And here, when we came here, we didn't were testing the 55 MI. We went, let me show you more closer. We went down, we closed below, and then we confirmed with this candle, it closed below. This was the confirmation to go down, because after that, we continued retesting, trying. But you see, we were already in this time, and this time was already the negative momentum. We have a fake out. That was a little bit tough because we have the fake out, but you can see already all this fake out. Well, fake out was already a lower low, exactly like here as well. Like here we went down, have a lower low, then we just retest, we continue consolidating, and we don't even separate the previous lower low, and that was already, you have already a 67% drop. And this happened as well before. Let me show you really quick. Let me see in this chart. I don't really have much data. Here, this is 2018. You can see as well. In case you don't believe me, you can also go and check yourself, guys. I just doing a Facebook video to show you. But yeah, you see, we were rejected. We were just testing. Here, testing up. And finally, when we close below, that was the confirmation. Then it doesn't matter if we continue like this, we just went down. But I mean, of course, the high low as well is a big indicator. But we still no bearish. When we want to go with this secure confirmation is when we close below the 55, and in that case we didn't make any consolidation like we are doing right now. The ABC I already explained to you. Let me show you really quick to don't drive again into the chart, but I just say this to you. What if, I mean, I'm being a little bit ironic, but I mean, I have been saying, because I have been saying this like many weeks already, like A, B, C, and we're still in this perfectly nice parallel frame. So the consolidation is still there, and I still expecting the bigger price to go to the upper side. So this is what I wanted to bring you in this video, guys. And also, it's not only me who's saying this, like there are many other, but this really small amount of people who are in the space, of course more famous than me, but they use different indicators, and they found their own way of discovering where the Bitcoin price is heading to. But also there's Merlijn as well, where he's talking about the Q4 in the history was made in 2024 Bitcoin rate a plus 80% in this in the same window, which was October, November, December. And this isn't random. It is proven cycle, and it's just restart. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that we're gonna have super cycle, to be honest, and we're gonna break the 4-year cycle. But I do expect, for what I see now in the charts, because like you see, we need to read the market, and then we cannot just trade what we want. The market need to tell us what is going on, and according to that, we're gonna trade it. And what I see right now is that we may have the top on December. This happened already before. If you want to go and check all that I did in my past video and the video from yesterday, you can get more information about that. What do I think about the 4-year cycle. And but in general, I don't really think we're going to continue that. I do think that everybody wants, because people tend to forget really easy, and because we went already into, I think it was like 2 cycles ago, in 2017, let me check really quickly. But in 2017, let me see, this is the historical data. We top up on December. I was here. Let me see. Yeah, this candle, that was December. You can see that was in December. We top up here, and then we did in November. Let me see right here. Last time we did in November. Yes. And now when we do that, and we're going to be in December, everybody going to be saying that we're going to continue, because probably we're going to even smash this. And that's what the market wants. The market wants to F everybody, because now you see every YouTuber, every X account, everybody knows perfectly what is happening. It's playbook. So even if it's completely the opposite of what the 4-year cycle has been doing it. So it's never going to be the same, but it's always going to rhyme. And people already changed their whole playbook. So keep that in mind, guys, because I don't think we're going to go. And if we go down, in the case that we go down and start a bear market, as I say to you, I take my own risk. I don't going to sell. It don't going to affect my life. And I don't going to wait. I don't going to waste. I don't going to lose any money on Bitcoin, because in spot, if you have patience, you're never gonna lose money. And also, I do make these videos, guys, so you don't lose any money, and you start to analyze the price, the market, in order to earn the most money you can. Because now we have the opportunity, and probably we're gonna have it as well next bull room. But for that, we need to prepare during the bear market, and what we want to do is make much money as possible in order to go shopping to the bear market. And next market, we're gonna do tons of profit luckily. So subscribe to the channel, guys, smash that like, share it with a friend, and see you tomorrow.